give us one last chance to convince you to stay. Because I'm at 30 million. I'm like, I ain't running. I'm a big boy. Anyway. I'll come back fat as and I will injure every player until you sell me. Go to my car. It's about 3 minutes after. Phone's ringing. Yo, what do you want? What do you mean what do I want? What do you want?
What a way to ruin your legacy. Troy Deeney, a man who is possibly idolised from the young kids who support Watford, a legend at this club, over 10 years playing for us. And it kills me to say this. This is a man that we all adored at the club. You saw when we played Birmingham. He was on Birmingham's side. He was playing for Birmingham and we were chanting for him more than Watford. He was probably even idolised by most people my age and younger. If you think of Watford, a lot of people who are probably younger will think of Troy Deeney. And now he's going on a podcast how he very proudly spoke about how he will very happily injure every single Watford player back in 2016 or 2016, and the fact that okay, back then you're young, you had an ego, fair enough, and what about 7 years later, he's still saying it with pride and thinks he was in the right. I don't care how good of a player you are, no one is bigger than the badge. No one. And the fact that Gino Pozzo can sack manager after manager and let this happen is a disgrace. A manager can have one bad game, gone. Troy Deeney could talk about booting the players, wanting this and that, saying that he's going to leave. If I was young, I'd go, yeah, leave. We don't want you. You're not world class. We can probably replace you. Go. We'll get a bit of money for you. We can scam a lot of teams. And it's a shambles that Gino has gone, yep. Okay. How much do you want? What are you doing? Here's some of the quotes that he said on that podcast. I will come back fat as fuck and I promise I will injure every player until you sell me. Even back then, in 2017 or 2016, he was the captain. A man who's been there for 6 years. And he's already your club legend and he's saying, I will injure every one of your players. He's like 27 years of age. You know, there's players 10 years younger than him who are looking up to him. It's disgusting. Went to his agent, or his agent went to him and said, get your boots, we're leaving. We got you from Walsall when you were in like League 2 in 2010. You probably wouldn't be in the Premier League if it weren't for us. What about in 2012 when you were in prison and we stuck by you? I don't care how good you've got. I don't care what they're offering you. You are not bigger than that badge. He told Gino to take the speed bumps out. He actually did. You're the owner of a Premier League club and you're letting a player decide what's happening round the training ground. Get a grip. He said, I want my own box and champagne. I saw he had the box, but I thought they kind of gifted that as a present. Do you know what I mean? But he actually wanted it, saying, otherwise I'll leave and I want my own champagne. Like, I'm very confident that if he probably returned to Watford, he wouldn't get the nicest reception. After everything that he did a lot for the club, but everything we did for him. Like I say, when we were in prison, the fans and the club stuck by him, chanting his name, hugging him, everything. Giving him, the best reception every time he played. And that's how he talks about it. Like I say, back then, you're young, I get it. But the fact that he spoke on it on a podcast literally days ago with no remorse. He didn't even sound sorry. He was like the attitude of, I will do it again. Unbelievable. A club legend and captain threatening to hurt his own teammates. I'm disgusted. He told Gino to take the speed bumps out, and he actually did. Gino, you're a toy boy. You're an absolute mockery. You're the owner of a Premier League club, and you're letting a player decide what's happening round the training ground. Get a grip. He said, I want my own box and champagne. I saw he had the box, but I thought they kind of gifted that as a present. Do you know what I mean? But he actually wanted it, saying, otherwise I'll leave and I want my own champagne. Like, I'm very confident that if he probably returned to Watford, he wouldn't get the nicest reception. After everything that he did a lot for the club, but everything we did for him. Like I say, when we were in prison, the fans and the club stuck by him, chanting his name, hugging him, everything. Giving him, the best reception every time he played. And that's how he talks about it. Like I say, back then, you're young, I get it. But the fact that he spoke on it on a podcast literally days ago with no remorse. He didn't even sound sorry. He was like the attitude of, I will do it again. A club legend and captain threatening to hurt his own teammates. I'm disgusted. Fans associating him as a club legend. I can name much better role models. Luther Blissett, John Barnes, Ross Jenkins. I still remember actually when I wanted a photo with him, and he told me off because he was speaking to my mates, which is quite fair enough, but I was like 12 years old at the time. I was meeting possibly my idol, and he's literally having a go because I wanted a photo with him. Like, I know he's a human, but he's such an idiot, isn't he? Like, in real life. I can't believe we haven't noticed before. But as I say, we've also got to look at the club. How are you allowing that to happen? A guy in his mid-20s who's coming up to his prime, but he's not that experienced yet, and you're letting him decide everything about the club. And yet we wonder why the team never gelled together. Because an ego. Board allowed it to happen and allowed it to fester. Shocking. I just can't believe it. Like, I know I'm probably repeating this, but a club legend who the fans adored. How embarrassing is this for the whole club? And like I say, he's older now. You'd think he'll go, oh, that was a bit of an idiot then. Why did I do that? But no, he was like, yeah, I'll do it again. And when he said, I'll injure every player, he'll probably still do it. To this day. What a way to ruin your legacy in 2 minutes. I mean, one normal day of Watford is all I ask. What an idiot. I mean, this was a legend talking. I still don't think he was worth that much, though. I don't know who in their right mind would have done that. I think this is short, but fuming. Just one normal day of Watford is all I ask. Tomorrow, I will talk about what happened at Burnley. One normal day of supporting Watford is all I ask. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.